To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which
which
it
stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Here.
Lewis,
Here.
Nelson,
Here.
Thomas,
Here.
Ursu.
Yes.
Oh, Ursu was yes. Okay. I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda. And
So moved.
well, I guess we should read it first, Betsy, should we, or what?
Sure. Do you want me to read the whole, I'm assuming resolution 12, correct?
Yes, please read resolution 12.
Sure. It's minutes of the city council meeting from February 9th, and then resolution 12, 2021, introduced by mayor and council. It's a resolution of recognition and commendation for the 60th anniversary of the Richmond Heights Volunteer Auxiliary Police Unit. Whereas the city of Richmond Heights instituted a volunteer auxiliary police unit in 1961, as reported upon the cover page of the November 1961 edition of the Richmond Heights Reporter, a copy of which is attached as Exhibit A, which unit has been in continuous existence and operation ever since. Whereas the volunteer auxiliary police unit has provided valuable assistance and support to the city's division of police and the community in a variety of functions, including such services as road patrol, assistance at emergencies, crime prevention, and community policing. Whereas the auxiliary unit's officers have collectively provided over 88,000 estimated hours of volunteer service time to the community since the inception of the unit. Whereas the mayor and all of council desire to publicly acknowledge the 60-year milestone of the Richmond Heights Voluntary Auxiliary Police Unit, its record of exemplary continuous service to the community of Richmond Heights, and its active and effective role in supporting the division of police and making the community a safer and better place to live. Now therefore be it resolved by the council of City of Richmond Heights, State of Ohio, that the mayor and council of the Richmond Heights, on behalf of the city of Richmond Heights, its officers and citizens, do highly commend and express their most sincere gratitude and appreciation to all the men and women who have served on the Richmond Heights Voluntary Auxiliary Police Unit and congratulate them on the unit's 60th anniversary.
Thank you. So I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second the motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm going to do, since the auxiliary officers are here and been here for a while, I'll have Chief Wetzel to take over this part of the program and tell me about these fine young men.
Thank you, Council President Henry. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our mayor, you, and all of City Council for the resolution tonight recognizing the 60-year anniversary of Auxiliary Police Unit. I deeply appreciate our auxiliary police officers' commitment to the safety of our community and applaud all the hours of volunteer time they have given to the city of Richmond Heights. They have unquestionably made an impact and prevented crime by their work. And on behalf of our police department, I extend our gratitude for all they have done over the last 60 years. Also, Council President, we have the captain who's of the auxiliary unit, Mark Hogeson, who has been with that unit for over 30 years. And he himself has probably collectively put in, I think, over 4,000 some hours himself, along with Lieutenant Janikovic, who was over 30 years and did close, if not more, than those hours. And then also our Lieutenant DiBiase is on tonight. She may have a few words because she's worked with these gentlemen for 25 years and she knows the impact that they have had on the unit. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to turn it over to Captain Hogeson.
Yes, Captain Hogeson, please speak.
Thank you for the kind words. And on behalf of the auxiliary unit, it's always much appreciated. I guess, I mean, there's not much I can say other than I want to thank all the auxiliary officers, past and present. I mean, their dedication speaks volumes. along with the dedication, I don't feel we would be where we're at without the outstanding support from the city and police department officials. I mean, that partnership is really key. It's not like we were ever forgotten. You know, even if the city was tight in budget, the mayor whispered in my ear, "Hey, if you need anything, I could try to get you something." And that's actually pretty much both, you know, the previous mayor too. And so, I mean, it just, we've always felt appreciated. You know, we've always felt, you know, it's been a family. It's been like one big family, and it just shows by our officers here. The average tenure is about 12 years for an auxiliary volunteer. Some of those I don't want to say too much more, but you know, a lot of our auxiliary officers have served in various law enforcement positions. We had I know of 3 career retired dispatchers at our department. Mike Hubler, if you remember him, he was an auxiliary. And so as I go through the years, and I look at all the folks that were, and I didn't even know it, you know, were auxiliary officers. It shows that it was a stepping stone in their career. Others, like me, it was a way to give back to my community. And I think there's even others on this call where they met their spouse, more than a few. So regardless of the outcome or reason or outcome, the community is definitely a better place. And I appreciate the accolades, and you know, it really it's a big family. It's a partnership, and I don't think we would have that anywhere else. So thank you so much, Chief. And
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to let Lieutenant DiBiase say something. I'm sure she has a few kind words as well.
I do. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yes. I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with the auxiliaries throughout my 26 plus years now here in Richmond Heights. And I remember when I first got there and I was thinking, wow, there's a lot of people that actually want to volunteer to help out. And I thought how amazing that was. But throughout the years, I've seen so many things that they've done for the community, and it's just started to increase a lot more lately, you know, minus the COVID. I hate to talk about the pandemic, but the pandemic has really just held them back from what they normally like to do and helping us out. They have helped us out with so many things. It's an amazing auxiliary unit that we actually have, you know, and there's so many fresh ideas that come forward all the time. I know Eddie Wong is also on this call. He's the secretary for the unit right now, and he has a lot of information that the auxiliary unit does because he's compiled some amazing statistics that we get to see on a monthly basis. And while you guys may not see it, we know exactly what they're out there doing and helping us all the time. You know, they help whenever we need them. I've called them out at 3 o'clock in the morning to help with floods in the city when we have water main breaks, when we've had major accidents, you know, fatal car accidents and stuff. They're always willing to come out at the, you know, at the phone call that we just have to make a phone call, and they just come out, and they're always willing to help the police out. And if we didn't have them, I don't know where we would be, honestly. There's so much that they can do for us, and the camaraderie that they have as a group is also pretty amazing. I have enjoyed being a part of that unit when I was in charge of it for the short time. We started an FTO program with them that mimics our FTO program that, you know, Don Stokes and Joe Arbogast are, you know, basically lending hands to. But, you know, a lot of that goes to the direction of Captain Hogeson and Lieutenant Janakovics and the sergeants, you know, Eddie Wong and LeCate and, you know, so many others, you know. Jens is great with what he does for FTO. I could talk forever about this. You probably shouldn't have asked me to talk, but you guys are fantastic. And I know that council does enjoy all of that. And just like Mark said, you know, we've seen a lot of relations come out with the auxiliary unit, but they've all been wonderful for the police department. Thanks for letting me talk tonight.
Thank you.
Madam President,
Yes.
may I just for one quick moment?
Sure. Why not?
You know, these fellows put in the time, and when we talk about the years that they serve, and Mark mentioned about it's probably an average of 12 years or greater. My kid brother had the opportunity to serve. He worked his way up to being a sergeant. He's now in Eastlake doing the same thing in Eastlake where he lives. and he was just named Citizen of the Year. These fellas have it in their heart. They don't do it for the money. They're not looking for anything. They just really have a sense of wanting to help out. And I just want to thank you personally for all your services over the years. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, thank you, guys. Any of you other auxiliary officers, if you like to say something, just let us know. Do you want to say anything? Just yell. All right, then. Well, I'm sure when I say thank you and tell you how much we appreciate you, we really appreciate you guys. And two of you guys, Mark Hoganson and Eddie Wong, I've worked with them, and I can say, even though, and Nick also, I worked with Nick on CERT. So my point is, I've worked with these guys. They'll work long hours, hard hours at work, but they never complain like, oh, I got another job to go to. I didn't even know Mark worked for the city for years. He and I had worked together at Charles Schwab. And on the other hand, one day I look over and I see Eddie Wong working at Phillips with me, but they never, ever act as if one job affected their ability to perform in their other job. Either way you go, they're always fresh and ready to do it. And that's what I saw even with Vic Ruckavina. He's one of my CERT partners, but he was an auxiliary guy as well. And Vic, it's like Die Hard. Everybody knows, well, some people know about Vic. He's like Superman in my book. So, and that's how I feel about all of our auxiliary guys. You all are just great. So I appreciate you all and thank you all, and happy 60th. Is it 60th anniversary? God, can't believe it.
Very good. I'll just say, and with a couple of things too, I really wanted to thank the group, and especially Mark as being the leader for a number of years. How many years, Mark, have you been the captain?
18 years.
18 years, a lot of years as captain, and great leadership. I know the guys, one of the things that hadn't been mentioned here, but at the last one of our apartment fires, I know a number of the guys are out there late at night and helping, getting people settled and fed and all that stuff. So that was another thing that came to mind. We're also providing, for those who are listening, we're also providing a lot more training too. I think Mark can attest to that. We're trying to have monthly training sessions, a little bit more so, and that's thanks to the chief and Denise helping put that together. So we've got a great group. I know we're meeting at least monthly, if not more, in a group session and training and that part too. So all the good, all the best. Thanks again for the 60 years, guys.
Yes, thank you, guys. Have a good night. And if you don't want to stay on this call for the next 30 minutes or whatever, you feel free to leave. We won't feel bad if you left us.
Thanks.
So thank you all so much, and good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. All right.
Good night.
Good night. So I guess from here we go on with the reports. So now, Mayor, you can even tell us about the clean energy and anything else you'd like to report on at this point.
Okay, well, at this time, I know we want to, I'm going to start making reports on some of the proclamations and things that I'm doing during the period of time. And, the recent proclamation I had was proclaiming and celebrating the 50th anniversary of Styling Den and honoring the proprietor, Frank Lentine, 50 years at the Styling Den in town. So fantastic.
30. That's amazing.
I started when I was 3. I started when I was 3, guys.
So again, special recognition. I know I did personally hand that to him. We did have a couple of photo ops. I think they might have hit the Facebook. If they haven't, they'll be hitting Facebook. I know Kenny Yuko was there at the Styling Den a few minutes just before I was on Saturday. Now Saturday was the 50th actual 50th anniversary of his starting there. So all great, great feeling, great camaraderie. He had a number of people stopped in congratulated him.
So,
So,
Mayor, real quick, I want to thank you and the city for doing that. It really means a lot. It's going to be on the wall of the Styling and Barbershop. 1971, I had the opportunity to open up a shop in the apartments, and ironically, 5 years later, my daughter was born on the same day. So not only do I get to remember my anniversary of the barbershop, but I also can remember my daughter's birthday. So again, I want to thank the city and the mayor for taking time and recognizing my shop and the business in Richmond Heights for over 50 years now. Thank you.
very good job, and you're still giving good haircuts. I know I started with Frank, I think 5 years later. So he's been cutting my hair for 45 years.
Guilty.
So again, Craig, congratulations. On the other stuff, I know
Madam President, question.
Yes, yes.
Question to Frank. Frank, when you need a haircut, where do you go?
That's a good question. You know, Kim knows this a little bit, I guess, because she's in the profession also. My daughter is a beautician. My wife was a beautician. My brother's a barber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can get my hair cut. I just don't know where I could go to get my toilet fixed or my roof repaired. You know what I'm saying? I need other treatments in the family. But
Yeah.
but thanks for asking, Dan. Yep.
All right, Mayor, I'm sorry that Dan interrupted that wonderful report of yours for that.
This is fine. This is fine. Frank has been a tremendous resident of the community and shop owner and entrepreneur and et cetera, et cetera. So and he has indicated his brother was auxiliary, and of course Frank was also been on the Democratic Club and Kiwanis member and et cetera, et cetera. So he's been active, very active in the community. He's one of the diehards of showing up at almost all the Kiwanis members every week, meetings every week. So he's helped contribute tremendously to the community that way also. Now, on the other, I think Brian Glaser may have a couple of words on that, on the energy thing. I know we've started to kick around the discussion on that, so we're going to participate in some way on that. Again, it's just I think the organization is just starting to build up some following here, and so we're going to be involved in that also. The other part of the thing, I believe we're going to do our shred day here in, I believe it's April. And we're also going to be at that time doing some Harvest for Hunger in conjunction with Kiwanis, gathering food for the food bank at that time also. So that concludes my report this evening. I know we're running late, and the other department heads have got some great reports also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Fire Chief Mark Newman, you have a report.
Thank you, Council President Henry, Mayor Roche, members of council, and members of the community. I'd also like to say thank you to our auxiliary officers who provide a vital service, and they literally risk a lot to save a lot on every call. And also congratulations to Councilman Lentine for 50 years of service.
Thank you.
I do have a COVID-19 update. Based on the information provided by the Cuyahoga County Board of Health, as of February 19th, there were 65,702 COVID-19 cases in Cuyahoga County, with 1,335 lab confirmed deaths. There are 2,057 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the 44143 zip code, which includes Richmond Heights, Highland Heights, and Mayfield Village. Currently, Cuyahoga County is in alert status red, level 3, which is a very high risk of exposure and spread. yesterday, as a nation, we met a a terrible benchmark in that the U.S. deaths surpassed 500,000. So you probably noticed at our city buildings, the flags are at half staff by presidential order and will remain so until sunset on Friday. And it is a grim, heartbreaking milestone when you think about it. On an uptick on the vaccinations, we're still in 1B distribution, which is Ohioans who are 65 years and older, and also some Ohioans with medical disorders are eligible as well. And they are in the process of vaccinating adults and employees in our K-12 schools that want to go back or to remain educating in person. In the Division of Fire, 18 of our 19 firefighters, full-time firefighters, have received both rounds of the Moderna vaccine, and they're all doing well. Everybody is healthy and at work. We all use preventative measures. We wear masks in the fire station. We're very cautious about deconning and how we interact with each other. And that concludes my report. There is a lot of information on our website and on the County Board of Health website on the vaccination program and the management of COVID. With that, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you. All right, looks like there's no questions. So we'll move on to Police Chief Wetzel.
Council President Henry, Mayor Roach, members of council, and members of the community. Our officers are all healthy. I'm glad to report that. And we continue to take the provisions we need to stay safe. Also, a new initiative we started: when our patrol officers investigate a crime or handle a traffic accident, they will sometimes need to conduct further follow-up work. Depending on the nature and circumstances of the incident, some of these investigations are turned over to our detective bureau, who will then conduct further follow-up. So it is not uncommon for a patrol officer to have little or no further contact with a crime victim or driver in a crash after the first contact. One of our officers recently made an excellent recommendation about having our patrol officers who take the initial police reports to do friendly follow-up calls for victims. We have now instituted a practice using a tracking spreadsheet to allow patrol officers to make follow-up phone calls to victims of violence or drivers who were injured in a car crash. They will make these calls regardless of whether they need any further follow-up information or not. Also, officers can make these follow-up contacts for victims of any crime. This new community policing protocol allows us to further demonstrate our commitment to customer service. A simple, friendly phone call or personal visit, if the officer desires, lets our customers know we care about them and they are not forgotten. We work hard at building trust with those we serve, and this is yet another example of that effort. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. Building Commissioner Jim Uranker.
Thank you, Madam President, Mayor Roach, members of council and the community. I've got a little update on our fence, which everybody has probably seen falling down mostly. About 80% of it is down. But just to let you know that Deal Point Merrill has sent the fence company, the rental fence, National Construction Rental, a demand letter to remove the fence as of Friday of last week. But they came back and said that was too soon, it's too quick, you're not giving us enough time to remove it. So now they gave them till this Friday, which would be, I'm not sure the exact date, that would be the 26th. And if they don't remove it, that Deal Point is going to remove it, and they have a new fence contractor ready to install it correctly, which they're going to increase the post size. They're going to put some tension wire in, and they're also going to have some of the flaps in to allow for relief from the air and put a top rail in. So it'll be a much sturdier fence, because that fence that was up at the mall didn't last 3 days and hasn't lasted 3 days, even after they fixed it the first time. I've got an update for the school. The school's going to get a partial approval. And what we mean by partial approval is the entire building will be approved, zones 1 through 3, excluding obviously the demolition and all the site work. But the building will be permitted to be occupied, full occupancy for that building, which, you know, will be beginning, I believe, the first or second week of March. So they're working hard. They got a couple more things to complete, minor items, which they were working on. But they'll be able to complete, to occupy the building. Another little update on the Hilltop Plaza. Cassandra, you know, I copied you on that email with our snow removal. Hopefully our building owner would be motivated a little to get into the plowing season a little sooner, because they left a lot of snow and ice there. There was a lot of vehicles stuck on Monday. And I mean, we really had to send them kind of an email that, you know, we were going to end up doing it ourselves if he didn't complete that snow removal, because it was really a dangerous situation. If he would have left that go into the freeze, all that snow and slush would have turned into hard ice, and it would have been a problem. And we would have almost certainly had to barricade the entrances and not leave people enter the property. And that's all I have for my report, and I'd be happy to take any questions.
All right, thank you, Jim. Finance Director, Jim Techniff.
Thank you, Council President Henry. Mayor Roach, members of council, and tonight's audience. The Mayor Roach and I have met with all the directors, chiefs, department heads, civil service chairmen, and engineers during the last few weeks, and we reviewed and discussed their budget requests. All these current requests are included in Exhibit A of the 2021 Annual Appropriations Ordinance, which is number 14-2021, and it's on this evening's council agenda. Again, that's the Exhibit A. It kind of rolls up all the numbers that we have in all these requests, and we were working on it till probably 6 o'clock this evening, meeting with some of the other departments, going through it and coming through it one more time. So please look at that. Again, that came out this afternoon. Additionally, I sent out some attachments in an email just before the agenda came out this evening for the council meeting. I think the prior minute to that, I sent it out, and it includes some more additional information, including capital items and also what the projected year-end balances are based on Exhibit A in Ordinance 14-2021. You'll notice when you look at the budget that I have in 14-2021, it's probably going to seem similar to last year's numbers. We said that from the beginning, it's probably going to be a similar budget. We try to do that in the past, and again, we were able to succeed so far in that. Some of the things I saw as we went through it, I would highlight that this year's budget is approximately $1.4 million in capital items in it. And again, these can be found in the email I sent out approximately, I think it was around 6 o'clock this evening. So please look at that along with that Exhibit A and the projected balances. Additionally, it looks like the road program will have some extra funding this year. Currently, right now, it should be around $600,000 in the road program. And this concludes my report.
Thank you, Jim. Recreation Director, Rick Dula.
Thank you, Council President Henry, Mayor Roach, members of council, and our Zoom audience tonight. First off, I wanted to congratulate Councilman Lentin on his 50th anniversary there.
Thank
Cutting
you.
those hairs one at a time. It's quite an accomplishment in this day and age. Number two, I just have to thank the auxiliary as well. I mean, without their assistance over these years, way before I came on board, they are, you know, the heart and soul of our special events, doing traffic, parking, security, and as has been mentioned many times tonight, they do it because of their love for the job and for the city. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention that as well. Currently, I'm working on my PowerPoint presentation for next Tuesday's Service and Rec Committee meeting. I know Don Korniski and I will be making our presentations then. The event for Easter celebration this year typically had been an Easter egg hunt, and due to the pandemic and some of the restrictions and safety protocols, we've been working with the auxiliary and the PD for putting together something similar to what we did in December with the Santa and a cruiser and the mayor and Ari kind of going behind and, having a little mini Easter parade. So we're working out those details for Saturday, March 27th in the city of Richmond Heights. And then lastly, do want to mention the next event will be the April 10th Shred Day here in the parking lot of City Hall from 9 to noon. So Council President Henry, I expect to see you with a couple bags of goodies coming by and filling our recycling truck here. Harvest for Hunger will also be collecting items, canned goods, and cash or check donations. We don't take credit cards yet at that event. So that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you. Can you tell me that shred day one more time, please?
Shred Day was Saturday morning, April 10th.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be
You're
there.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Economic Development Director, Brian Glaser.
Council President Henry, Mayor Roach, members of council and members of the community. In the interest of time and lengthy agenda, I'll defer my report to the next meeting, though I would comment it's always nice to see successful businesses in Richmond Heights recognized, such as Councilman Lentine's business. So congratulations to you.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Congratulations, Frank.
Thank you.
Now, you haven't cut my hair for a while, but I don't know about those other guys' haircuts, but when you cut mine, you did a good job.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Is that part of the record?
That's part of the record.
Okay, Betsy, make sure you got that.
City Engineer Lee Courtney.
Nothing new, Mayor, Council President, other than the legislation putting a wrap on the Richmond Road resurfacing project brings an end to a project that spanned 5 years. And next up, we'll be trying to get Wilson Mills resurfaced.
Will you repeat that one more time? I hear Wilson Mills.
I said we will be working with the county and ODOT and the feds to get Will Mills resurfaced, including 500 feet beyond Richmond, which is where the latest project ended. So, but that is probably still 2 years out.
2 years.
And
Wow.
we're looking at, latest estimates are about $900,000, but that's the total cost, not counting all the other inputs.
Is there a way to hop yourself up on the list, like move ahead? I mean, what do we have to do? Is our engineer not good enough or something? Why are we so low down on the list?
Well, the primary movers on that are the county and the state. We just have to keep prodding them.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, this is actually a 15-year process of evaluation and things. And so sometimes the only way to move up the list is have a worse condition of the road. So it's a mixed bag. Sometimes they try to fix the worst roads first, and it depends on the present condition of the road before they do the resurfacing. So, but it starts in the process almost 15 years before, as Lee says, the last 5 years is where actually the funding starts to get lined up.
Well, I tell you, Edgewood is so far down your list now. I'm getting to be one of those old ladies, and the old ladies on Edgewood is dying off. So I would like my roads done before I'm dead. Just saying. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, we're talking about state and county road in the ODOT and the NOACA funding. The side streets are totally dependent on the city's funding, and that's what we're trying to do. I know Jim mentioned 600,000. I believe that's dedicated for the construction. There's also engineering and other costs that'll be in that. So I think the total project for the side streets I think we're trying to approach almost 800,000 with the full cost wrapped up.
But that's hardly any money, $800,000 for road work now, is it?
It isn't. But a significant part of our budget. It's in that order of 8 to 10% kind of realm, and it's a big chunk of the budget when you consider. If you take away all our just wages, the road program is 30% of our budget kind of situation where 85% of our budget is manpower. So it's a significant part even at 800,000.
Interesting. All right, I'll let it go. Thank you. All right, Lee Courtney, I'll take it that it's not you. You're not the problem.
No, I will just add that we really do need to get ahead of the game on the local streets because we will have expenditures for the Wilson Mills project. And right after that, hopefully we're going to have the Chardon Road project, which again brings in the state, NOACA, and all sorts of other people. And they move slowly. And the COVID hasn't helped any of the processes with the other government agencies.
Wow. Thank you. That's for sure. It definitely hasn't. All right, we'll move on. And thank you. Service Director Donald Kurniski.
Thank you, Madam President. Our service department is presently finishing up doing an upgrading on the canister lights at City Hall. They're changing them out to LED lighting and also putting dimmer switches on them so we can get whatever effect we need to have whenever we're doing something up there. Also, we're out trimming trees, doing coal patch, and just taking care of actually a snow, but now it's melted, which is a great thing for me. I like to see it melting. But we've been busy and nothing else going on other than that.
Good.
Madam President, question for Don.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Don, first of all, thank you and tell them that they did a great job during those snowstorms. I know it wasn't easy. They were out there working all hours of day and night, which is what their job is, but still, I would like you to thank them for a job well done. Second of all, I'd like to put you on notice a little bit, if I can, for our next safety committee. Some of our members on the safety committee of council has asked for some updates on the street lights that we are suggesting that we might get into. Those are the 4 temporary lights that we thought we try out and see if it helps us at all. If you could have some information for that committee, I would greatly appreciate that.
I'd be glad to be part of that.
Thank you.
The audience comments. This is audience comments. And Betsy, did you get anything? I already read Ms. Pendleton's letter.
Besides Miss Pendleton's letter, I did not receive anything else.
All right, and we said we're working on that situation. So thank you. All right, we'll move on to old business then.
Under old business, we have Resolution 9, 2021, introduced by Mayor Roach, second reading. A resolution expressing the intent of the city of Richmond Heights in 2021 to sell by internet auction personal property, including motor vehicles and other property referenced in revised code 721.15, which are no longer needed for public use or are obsolete or unfit for the use for which they were acquired, authorizing govdeals.com to perform the sales, authorizing the sale of specific personal property by internet auction and declaring an emergency.
As I say, this ordinance, I believe we've done over a number of years. Gov Deals has done a good job for us. I believe we did a presentation. Most of the Gov Deals is operated through the police department. And since they had a number of things to get rid of, and I believe we liquidated about $48,000 worth of equipment in the city last year. Not going to be anywhere close to that this year. We were backlogged quite a bit, and so people got caught up. So I would recommend passage this evening if at all possible. Thank you.
Madam President, I make a motion to suspend the rules and to pass resolution number 9, 2021.
Second,
Alexander,
yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Move for passage.
Second the
motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Resolution 9, 2021 passes unanimously.
Resolution number 10, 2021, introduced by Alexander, second reading. A resolution confirming the action of the Zoning Board of Appeals with respect to a variance for the increase of the size of signage for life storage located at 641 Richmond Road.
All right, Mr. Alexander.
This is signage for the old Macy's building, which is now indoor storage, life storage. It was a variance for the size of the lettering, but when you look at the size of the lettering on the size of that building, it virtually blends right in. You don't even notice it. This was passed through Planning and Zoning of Council and also through Planning and Zoning unanimously. It's on second reading tonight. I would move for suspension of the rules.
Second.
Second your motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Move for passage.
Second the motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Betsy, you're on 13.
Okay, I was just going to ask you. Ordinance 13, 2021, introduced by Ursu, first reading. An ordinance fixing the salary, compensation, bonds, vacations, sick leave, and rates of pay for various offices, boards, commissions, and departments of the city of Richmond Heights, repealing previous pay schedule ordinances and declaring an emergency.
Yes, Madam President, this piece of legislation is par for the course after we finished bargaining with our collective bargaining units. And I know Jim and Dave and other people in administration have been working on it. Certainly the department has been working on it. And Jim, if you'd like to add anything at this point, that'd be great. But otherwise, this ordinance is up for first reading.
I have no other response except what we talked about in the council the whole meeting.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, so we're holding on the first reading. Next piece, please.
Ordinance 14, 2021, introduced by Ursu, first reading. An ordinance to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Richmond Heights, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2021, to repeal ordinance number 124, 2020, and declaring an emergency.
Yes, Madam President, as discussed in caucus, this piece of legislation also would go for 3 readings, this being the first one. And by the end of March, our budget process will be complete, and this ordinance should be passed at that time so that our finance director can, in fact, timely submit it to Cuyahoga County.
All right. So
You have anything to say?
oh, go on.
If Jim does, I don't know.
Jim, you have anything else to say?
No, just what we discussed in caucus.
All right. So we're gonna. Dan, you getting ready to say something?
I just said, thank you, Jim.
Thank you. All right. So we're gonna hold this because isn't this the one that's supposedly in tandem?
Bicycle bill for 2.
Okay. So we're holding this. All right. Thank you. Next piece, please.
Resolution 15, 2021, introduced by Lentine, first reading. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Crash Course Village for rope rescue operation training for the Division of Fire and to expend funds from an Assistance to Firefighters grant from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
Madam President, this resolution allows the mayor to take advantage of a grant that we've been awarded for $44,400 from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It allows our department to get some valuable training about rope rescuing. If Chief Newman has anything to add, now would be the time.
I think Councilman Lentine, yes, this is outstanding training. This is one component of that $44,400 95% funded grant that we received from FEMA. Each member will receive 32 hours of rope rescue training. As part of this, we'll be using our local areas, the ravine, and it is training that we've historically used in the past, and I'm sure that we'll continue to use in the future. So this is thanks to the grant writing abilities of Lieutenant Jason Buss in Division of Fire.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second,
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
yes,
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Move for passage.
Second.
Second.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
yes,
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Resolution 15, 2021 passes unanimously.
Resolution 16, 2021, introduced by Lentine, first reading. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Warren Fire Equipment for the purchase of 7 sets of protective gear for structural firefighting for the Division of Fire.
As the title says, Madam President, that this is an opportunity for the mayor to take advantage of getting 7 sets of protective fire gear. It takes a long time to manufacture these protective gear. It is the recommendation of the Safety Committee of Council for passage. And Chief Newman, perhaps another word or two, please.
No, stop, would you?
That wasn't me, sir.
That wasn't me either.
This is for the structural firefighting gear that our firefighters wear. It's the last year of a 2-year project. We replaced 12 sets in 2020, the remaining 9 sets in 2021. The gear has a 10-year lifespan, and we've gotten 10 years of service out of the previous sets. And it does take somewhere between 3 and 5 months to construct once we put a purchase order in for it.
All right. This is 16, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So entertain a motion. Oh,
I'll
did we
make-
say we're just gonna read this?
Madam President,
I mean,
I believe we were just going to read it tonight.
we're just going to read this. So we're gonna hold this. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. God, this night is long.
Resolution 17, 2021, introduced by Mayor Roach, first reading. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a purchase agreement through the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Cooperative Purchasing Program for the purchase of build-out packages for 3 Freightliner truck cabs and chassis for use by the Department of Public Service.
All right, Mayor. Do I go
Yeah,
to-
this is our grant that we're getting through the Volkswagen and the EPA. I'd highly recommend its passage this evening because it's timely to try to get the trucks, this and the sister resolution 18 is important to get the process continuing to move forward. Thank you.
All right, entertain a motion for suspension.
So
So
move.
moved. And second,
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Move for passage.
Second the motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Resolution 17, 2021 passes unanimously.
Resolution 18, 2021, introduced by Mayor Roach, first reading. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a purchase agreement through the Ohio Department of Transportation's Cooperative Purchasing Program for the purchase of 3 Freightliner truck cabs and chassis.
All right.
Yeah, again, as the resolution has indicated, the value of these are in excess of $383,000. And we will be receiving a grant in excess of 211,000. So I highly recommend passage this evening.
Move for suspension.
Second the motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Move for passage.
Second.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Resolution 18, 2021 passes unanimously.
Resolution 19, 2021, introduced by Mayor Roach, first reading. A resolution authorizing payment of additional project costs to the Ohio Department of Transportation for the Richmond Road resurfacing project for necessary additional concrete repairs and topsoil quantities as requested by the city.
Yeah, as indicated earlier in the meeting of the whole, this is required to settle out the project for items that was not totally included and hidden by the asphalt, and so mainly the concrete repairs, and would recommend passage this evening. But I believe we talked about it. Maybe we're going to hold it. Eloise, I don't remember.
Right, I don't either. I think the council just decided to go ahead with it. I don't care. We can go.
Okay, I think it's good to pay the bills on time. We're waiting for county money, and if we can
Right.
give ODOT or whoever a little bit of money. This project's been on the books, and you know, we anteed up about I think it was 337,000, and the project course was it's been going almost a year and a half now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I agree. I move for suspension.
Second.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Ursu.
Yes.
Move for passage.
Second the motion.
Alexander,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Lentine,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Pursue.
Yes.
Resolution 19/2021 passes unanimously. All right, I think that's all of our legislation and no correspondence. So after this, we're going to do special finance, right? Or finance committee. How are we going to do this? We move into budget planning, right? Am I wrong or we go home?
We're going
It's-
home.
I think
I
it's up
think
to,
everybody'd like to go home. We do not have the PowerPoint fully completed. We did do the extra effort in getting the actual appropriation numbers out today. And we did have a little bit of difficulty with our new software, but the 4 hours that Jim spent Monday morning really we got assistance from our software people and got some great reports developed for that. And part of those are the reports you actually got today. So I think we'd like to do the summary at the next meeting if possible.
Okay, what do we have slated for the next meeting? When you say the next meeting, what do you mean? The next committee meeting or the next council meeting?
Whatever meeting you want to have this at. What we would probably go through is really what the monies that we're getting from the county and the state from the stuff will be go over what our bond status is, and just an overall thing for the administration.
Madam President, I think last Tuesday, the discussion was only up until this Tuesday, specifically what we anticipated to cover tonight budget-wise, and that was administration. It sounds like from Dave and Jim's comments that the PowerPoint isn't quite ready. So we're thinking then, Jim, that next Tuesday is when you'd want to do administration?
Madam President, I am having, the service and rec are doing their budget presentation next, Tuesday as well.
That's what I thought.
So Jim, who would you like to go? You like then next Tuesday just to have, as Juanita just mentioned, service and recreation groups next Tuesday? Or do you want to try to administer?
I know I could interject just a comment or question or whatever, that this might be an appropriate one that we could do a half an hour early start and do the summary and then do the other budget reports during the committee meetings time frame.
Yes, that's what I would agree to. We're about 80% complete with the PowerPoint. We almost have it ready. We almost had it ready to go today. Trying to balance all the balls that we had with what we were trying to do today. Just ran out of time. And I would like to get it done Tuesday so we keep this process moving forward if at all possible.
Madam President, audit is next Tuesday at 6:45.
No,
audit meeting is at 7 o'clock on the March 2nd.
Right, and then.
Oh, I thought you wanted to start 15 minutes earlier.
I will, that would be in April.
Okay. Otherwise,
All right.
Okay, so, but not only that, next Tuesday, my other job is having me work long. So, I mean, I can't, I know next Tuesday is gonna be a hard day for me because I got some testing that's gonna run into, I know I won't probably finish till like 6 or 6:30. So that's my thing. Maybe 6:30 at the most, I guess. I'll try to finish up.
Well, we can do this summary and administration and stuff. Really, anytime. I was just hoping to get a little bit of the overall status down to everyone early. But you have at least the initial appropriation numbers in front of you now, and you at least have a little bit of an idea where we are. But,
So, Madam President, I don't know, Mark, do you know what's going to be on your agenda next Tuesday? Mark out.
Not yet, but I believe it's light, so I mean, I'd have to talk to Jim. I think Jim's already left. I don't see him on the thing. But I don't know of anything that's coming up. So we could push some items back that we were going to talk about. So because I mean, the budget is probably one of the most important things to take care of.
There's Jim. Hey,
Yeah,
Jim,
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
you heard Mark ask-
Am I speaking out of turn here, Jim, or
No. I mean, you're talking about planning and zoning, right?
right?
I mean,
Are we?
yeah, I mean, there's always things to discuss. I mean, but we can always put it off a little bit.
I mean, there's nothing that's come that we have to deal with, right?
Nothing dire to deal with, correct? Yeah,
So
there's nothing necessary.
We could use that time.
But I don't
We
like
could have a
that.
quick meeting and
Why don't
we
we
could have
just,
a quick meeting. Go ahead, Eloise.
okay, I'm sorry too. Why don't we just do his on the next council meeting, the administration? Because I bet you those numbers are gonna change anyway in 2 weeks.
All-
So,
all I'm saying is that I could do a quick 15-minute meeting and Dan could have 45 minutes at the next planning and zoning.
okay, my point is, I want you to take what you need to take because I want the revenue from whatever business is trying to come in here. I don't want to skim anybody. So,
No, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing that somebody's coming up to. This is just talking about some of the ordinances and stuff that we need to look at. As far as no, there's nothing. So if Dan, if you need some time next Tuesday, that'd be all right.
Okay, great.
Let me know, okay?
Okay, so then it sounds like what we'll do is Juanita, you would convene your meeting, or Mark, you convening your meeting first, and then Juanita second. So we would go into, after Mark finishes with his 10 or 15 minutes of business, then we could go into a special finance committee to begin to hear the budget for service and recreation departments.
I guess I'll interject because it's a little confusing.
It is a little, but go ahead.
Well, I think Cassandra now is the chairman of the audit committee. I would respectfully request that we do the budget stuff during that time unless she has some burning desire to get some other audit stuff done, because we really are trying to get all this budget in place and the presentation done and stuff. So I'm not aware if there was going to be a new requested whatever email or spreadsheet on requests of exactly what Cassandra wanted to have, I believe, from the last meeting. I'm not sure if we received that.
I can speak for myself. Mayor, thank you. But for our meeting next week, I can give up some of the time, but I did want to go over some information that I submitted with the team. And also get an update on where we are with the audit. I did receive some information from Jim for 2020, but I requested 2019, so I didn't get anything from 2019 that was requested. So I don't have that information in hand, so I won't be talking about that. But I can be brief, but I do want to at least have the meeting. I don't want to start canceling meetings. So I will give up 15 minutes of my time, if that'll help, to start the service meetings afterwards.
So then it sounds like we could go
7:15.
next
I'm sorry.
Tuesday at Cassandra, you would start at 7, probably spend about 15 minutes, then we could do 7:15. Mark starting his committee meeting and go about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, and then we start into the budget discussions. Does that sound like a good plan, everybody?
Will the budget discussions be done in the Service and Rec Committee, or are we doing a special finance?
I believe we want to do a special finance, Madam President, correct?
I think so.
So 7:30 will be finance, and then are we doing Service and Rec after that?
Now, I'm just confused how they figured that out. Now, you figure out what you just said. I'm just going to show up. So I don't know what they're doing.
But I have to
That's what
list.
I'm saying. These
Yeah.
signs here,
So
let
we
me tell
then do special finance, do all the budget things we have to do, and then after that, do service and recreation business portion. But I think what Juanita was mentioning before is that most of what her time she wanted to contribute towards budget discussion anyhow, so.
Yes, you're right.
Yep. So then,
So my meeting starts 8:30 usually.
right, and so maybe what we can do next week is start it at the end of the budget presentations for your business portion of the meeting. In other words, convene special finance at about 7:30, do the budget hearings, adjourn, and then go into your service and rec committee to do your business portion of it.
Yeah, I just suggest, I guess you'd start, at least formally report or announce it at 8:30, and we would then go right into that right after. Hopefully these reports will be 20 minutes to half an hour at the most.
Okay, so then, Madam Clerk, it sounds like we'd want to start the Special Finance Committee meeting at 7:30. Go until 8:30. Then Juanita convenes her committee meeting. She does her
Correct.
business for 10 or 15 minutes, whatever it takes, and then we go back into the Special Finance Committee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just a reminder, this is going to be the first of the logistics of trying to do stuff live here. So we're going to have some challenges there too, I think. Just as teeing this up.
All right.
All right, so that we got that all clear?
I believe we do.
All right, and so as far as I'm concerned, I think we have no additions, no correspondence. Let me see what's out here in chat. I see 3 somethings. Okay. Rachel says thank you, Chief. Thank you to the service department. And Wetzel says outstanding job, Rachel. All right, then we can say the meeting is adjourned then. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.